story between Conchita and
tell us that.
Jorge Trelles. The way the story actually ends, they swindle the doctor out of the hospital. They throw Conchita out because the way that it all worked out is Jorge falls in love with the young girl, throws Conchita out. Conchita moves to Davis Island, and Jorge develops
diabetes.
Thank you.
Yep.
And has his legs amputated. The young girl is unwilling to take care of the old Cuban now that he has no legs. Who comes to his rescue?
The wife.
Conchita. Takes him to Davis Island. No, she is no longer the wife. She is the ex-wife. He is married to the young 18-year-old Cuban girl who is really boyfriends to... It was all a scam. No, her boyfriend set the whole thing up. Sent him to make him fall in love. You get the... Back then things were done like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And things aren't done
Easier to get away with, too.
than they are now. People were more scammy, I guess. And but Conchita loved this hospital. And those kids robbed her of her ability to administer to people. That was her thing. I don't know if you read the book, then you'd know. You didn't let Jorge Trelles touch you unless Conchita said so. Did you read that part?
Yeah.
If a patient was told they needed to get their leg cut off, whatever, or your kidney removed, or your whatever, they looked over at Conchita, and if Conchita nodded her head after Jorge said it had to be done, then it got done. If she didn't, it didn't get done. In other words, she was the heart and the soul of this hospital.
Right.
And when they robbed her of that, I don't know if you, I'm passionate, if you can hear me, in what I do. And I'm telling you, if you took away my passion,
Absolutely.
Right.
you took away from me what makes me me. And you know, running a hospital is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It isn't like you're going to just have someone come knock on your door. Things didn't happen back then. You had a pecking order of things. You apprenticed into a job. You didn't just apply, resume. That's today. The things weren't done back then like that. So I think Conchita and that boy are here, and she is administering to him because that's what she does.
She was a nurse.
Yeah. And if there is such a thing, and I'm not professing that there is, and I'm not professing that there isn't, but if there is such a thing as unfinished business, wow, wouldn't that lady have some unfinished business to take care of?
Absolutely.
You know, this was supposed to be a legacy left. There should have been a plaque on this wall that said, founded by Jorge and Conchita Trelles. That's what should have been on the wall, but that's not what's on these walls. This hospital then got closed and went into disrepair. And, you know, I don't know if you all ever built anything. I've built many businesses, and that's what I would want. You know, this is a beautiful structure.
Sure.
And for them to have watched people buy this building and ruin it and cover it and destroy it. They were Cubans. They covered up the largest display of Cuban tile in Tampa. Wouldn't that have made them turn over in their graves?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, they sealed his operating room. That was the lifeblood of his hospital. They didn't even use it. They sealed it.
Wow.
I had to unseal the
One
operating
out there was Conchita, and Conchita was the RN, and Jorge was Dr. Jorge Trelles was the doctor there, one of the doctors. And there's a lot of little stories about and readings of it about the triangle. He was a womanizer, and of course Conchita, his wife, was like boys a lot too. I've got quite a few stories about that. But she was an RN, took care of the patients, and was really very loved what she did. The new girl that came into the block and what happened out there, different stories vary, but the one that seems to be intact was, it was a contrived where the boyfriend told his girlfriend to take care of Dr. Trelles, and whatever it took to get in with him. He was a diabetic, and she often fed him sugar and went into a coma. During one of those coma spells, the hospital was transferred to her. He signed over the hospital unannounced, and it made none of the other doctors knew, nor did his wife Conchita didn't know that either. But he was kind of getting more fond of this new attendant that was working up there in the beginning in the administrative area out there. And what he did out there, she moved to Davis Island, and then finally he got to the point where he couldn't use his legs anymore, and then was gone. The story goes on to continue that Dr. Trelles would read the book before he did a surgery. He'd open up, read a synopsis of what to do in the surgery on a person, and we know a lot of people today. In fact, a couple of the people that are driving the trolleys, one was born there in the hospital.
Really? Wow.
Quite a few people had their appendix taken out, tonsils, went in for minor surgeries and efforts, and what they did was this mutual aid society where each family up to 1960, they paid $1 a week. In 1960, that changed over. It went to $3 a week per family for full medical care, pharmaceuticals, and any kind of needs that they had out there. And so it was a full, complete hospital, full unit out there. Well, going up there, and all of a sudden, we came upon this vibration and also all these feelings out there. And one of them was, I started talking. I'm personally not really into it, but all of a sudden they were all involved in, but they didn't know what. And I knew who it was. I said, and I asked if it was Conchita, and every one of the lights that every meter had, everyone went bright red. All of them. And so then they just went to me and pointed to me. So I have it all on film too. That was filming this. I'm going, and so then all of a sudden I started talking to Conchita. We're just friends, and then she says see if she would step back or just move away from the power lines out there where they were in the area out there. And this was, remember, there's really not any electricity in that area. It was very minute where we had it. So this was really working, and went away. And then all of a sudden we asked her to come back, and all of them again. They had around 8 different ones in different people's hands. They all went off. So that was.
Evidently, during the cat show, or ghost hunters, they caught an EVP in here of a guy saying Juan. Now, the owner brought up a good point that wasn't shown on the television show. When the camera moved, he thought that to be a bit more significant than the EVP even. Because the EVP was kind of garbly, blah, 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 but it kind of sounded like somebody saying Juan because he understood Spanish. Saying his name, saying something, and then his name. This is Juan, or something. The camera was actually pointed in the opposite direction down the hallway, and it looked like, if it were real, if it did really happen, that it was trying to push the camera towards where I'm standing in right now, the surgery room.